love helping girls and young women feel good about themselves. We know you do too, so we're sharing strategies to help moms raise confident daughters. I'm Emily McCormick, substituting for Brooke, and Dr. Susan Madsen is a professor of leadership and ethics at Utah Valley University's Woodbury School of Business. And you're a researcher, you're out in the community, you're with women and girls all of the time because this is your focus.
Yes.
Do you find that confidence is a big struggle?
Absolutely. I not only see it, but I know the research. And it's not just here in Utah, it's nationally, but also globally. And we find a difference in girls and boys and men and women all over the world in different socio-economic, different cultures and so forth.
It's so interesting because I think I haven't done the research on it. I don't know, but I think we all kind of know that that's a truth, that that's something that kind of exists in our society, is that,
it does.
that girls
and
tend to lack
girls
confidence.
And boys, actually, the interesting thing is they're pretty close to the same, but the research says it's between 10 and 13 years old when you see the drop, really the puberty area, which is very fascinating.
And do you see it come back up, or does it kind of sink?
It often stays. It matters the situation, but there's really three things that I talk about and teach about when I do workshops on why that is the case. And basically, there's some genetic things. Boys and girls and men and women are different in terms of the brain and neuroscience, neurotransmitters and hormones, but also socialization. We socialize without knowing it. We socialize boys and girls differently. And then the third area is really choice. That we do have a choice to be more confident, but oftentimes I see here in Utah, especially because I do so much work here, that sometimes girls and women don't know they have the choice to be more confident.
I believe it because I have thought so many times when people use the word confident, it's like, oh, you're a brunette. Like it's something you were given. You know, this is something you just either have or don't have, but we don't see it as something that we can kind of attain. Although you say that we absolutely can.
Oh, absolutely. The research is very clear on that. And the great thing is when we do workshops and just help people understand and become more aware, actually you can increase your confidence quite substantially in a quick amount of time. And there's some techniques for raising daughters that grandmothers, I have one little grandson, and mothers can use with their own daughters.
And I love that, feeling kind of empowered as a parent, because I think we would love to give our kids a trip to Disney World. We'd love to give them a new outfit, but you would love nothing more than to give them confidence. So I want to talk through these tips. The first thing you say is encourage a growth mindset. How do we do that as a parent?
Interestingly, a lot of this comes with socialization, that oftentimes with boys, we give them praise for becoming. You worked hard, you played hard, you studied hard. But a lot of research has supported this. Oftentimes with girls, it's you're already this way. You are beautiful. You are smart. So oftentimes, and the research all over the world has supported this, that then if a girl gets an F on a test, I'm not smart anymore. So you have to really help girls as well as boys know that they can become, if they work hard, if they pay attention, if they do things, that they can become. Not just being. And so that's really important. The growth mindset means that I have students, by the way, in college, I can pick out people that have fixed mindsets because they say things like, oh, I'm not a forgiving person. I'm just not like that. Oh, I'm a B student. I'm just like, no, you can actually do those things and grow. So it's exciting.
And so interesting because what you're talking about is really just a simple language shift.
It is.
It's not this huge monumental something, but just shifting the way we say it instead of you are smart.
Yes.
You work so hard at being smart.
Yes,
or
exactly.
Something that encourages kind of the growth.
Yeah.
What about setting expectations really high? Is that a positive? Is that a negative? Do you see people kind of jump to meet the expectations, or?
Each child is different, and sometimes that works. I think you need to have definite expectations with kids. But when we push girls and women, I should say too, young women, into this perfectionism, women are more perfectionistic. Girls are more than boys. We want to be perfect. When we push them into that, it can be devastating. So we need solid expectations, but expectations again around becoming. Did you do the best you could in that soccer game? You worked hard. You ran. I know you lost, but you did the best
you worked hard.
can. Yes.
Right. So how do we help our daughters go after what they want? How do we help them?
Well, in general, I tell you, the research is clear that women do not take as many risks as men, and we don't embrace struggles as much. Yet the research, again, is clear that it's outside the comfort zone that actually growth and learning occurs. So if we protect our daughters and protect ourselves from being comfortable all the time, we're actually not growing. So getting out.
Which is just so frustrating.
I know.
I don't want you to say that.
But actually learning how to fail, okay? You can fail and not be a failure. But learning how to go out there, that's why sports and speech and debate in high school, those things are so good. Because sometimes you lose, but you stand up and you try again, and then you win and you learn. Confidence is not having someone tell you how good you are. Some of that comes in self-esteem. You cannot get confidence unless you do things. It's the action. So unless you put your daughter out there, let her do things. Let her run for student body president, even if you think she's going to lose. It doesn't matter. That's actually where you can get the courage, do it again, and actually gain confidence, even if you fail.
So interesting. Yes, and kind of frustrating because we all feel right comfort zone. It feels so good, right? Yeah. But get out there and make your kids get out there too. Yeah. Now, our behavior as a mother obviously would impact our daughter, right? How does that happen?
You know, in terms of being perfectionistic, sometimes when we talk about those things, sometimes when we give extra praise to girls, sometimes when we talk about, like a lot of women, they'll talk about, I need to lose 5 or 10 pounds right in front of our daughters, and our daughters grow up thinking that so the body image and even issues that we have in the state around cosmetic surgery are doing that. I think one of the important things is girls thrive more than boys on praise. And the problem is, I mean, in elementary school, the research says that boys get criticized 8 times more than girls, and girls get their kudos from being quiet, raising their hand, and they start relying on praise, external praise, instead of developing that confidence from within. And that can be problematic as girls get into young women and women as well.
You can see how that could change that. How can people find out more? Where can people find out more?
We have lots of information on our website at UVU, uvu.edu. UWLP, it stands for Utah Women in Leadership Project. And I do need to put a quick tip in because I think the research around women, young women going to college and graduating, your confidence increases when you have a college education.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.